At the very beginning of my time as Global Wheat Program Director, I was confronted with a situation where a new disease has emerged in Uganda, and that was a new stem rust race. And at that time, about 80% of the global wheat varieties were susceptible to it. And there I learned something about the influence Dr. Borlaug had. When we became aware there is this new race, which in its impact on wheat is comparable to what is COVID-19 today, CIMIC immediately alerted our funders, but there was very, very lukewarm response because most were not really aware of the consequences, and most, by then also, there was so much food in the world that food security was not really an issue. It was in 2005 when Dr. Borlaug visited Kenya, where this disease was also present, and he saw how susceptible all the wheat lines were. And that alerted him. And Dr. Borlaug put all his reputation into it. He wrote to funders, and they could not ignore when Dr. Borlaug raised his voice. And that led to the establishment of the Borlaug Global Rust Initiative, which since established in 2008, has become a major driving force on breeding for rust resistance. And one should remember, in 2005, there were about less than 10 wheat scientists working on the most important wheat disease in history, because we had solved it by resistance. And when we got a new race, there was no capacity. And over the last 12 years, this capacity had been developed. Cornell University was very much involved in this and leading, together with many wheat research institutions around the world. And today we have a situation that most of the wheat varieties which are now released are resistant to the rust. And I think that has made a tremendous impact on global food security. But I should be clear, without Dr. Borlaug, I am not sure whether we could have had the influence that was required to achieve this. And I'm retiring now, but many times after the death of Dr. Borlaug, I thought, who can substitute him, and who is the giant in agriculture who can reach out to bring problems to the awareness of our funders. There is the legacy. I mean, when I became wheat director, one of the first things was to attend the International Wheat Congress in Argentina. And Dr. Borlaug gave a keynote speech. And after that speech, it was about 11 o'clock, Dr. Borlaug came to me and said, "Hans, you come to my room, I need to talk to you." And in the next 3 hours, he talked a lot about me, a lot of confidential things, but what I can share was that he told me, "Hans, you have been just appointed as the director. I know you now for more than 20 years. I am confident that you can lead this program, which is so important." And then he also said a few things. One of them was, you have now one of the leading positions in the world, but you are depending on the cooperation with other people. And another thing he also told me, "Hans, never become arrogant, always stay humble, respect other people." And at the end he told me, and that was possibly the most important, "Hans, I'm there to help you whenever you need my help, but I can assure you one thing, you have to come to me. I will never come to you and advise you or criticize you." And that was, I think, a big statement which made such a big impact on myself. And I have asked Dr. Borlaug several times about help, and he really did, and I truly appreciated it. To know Dr. Borlaug, I mean, was such an experience, and yeah, I mean, it was fantastic.